What's going on, folks? It's KspadeTheProspect. I'm bringing you guys my first ever NBA 2K16 Pro-Am video. What you're looking at right now is the creation of the Made Men Arena. I had to show it to you guys in this particular screen because I don't know when, if ever, I'll be able to show you guys gameplay on this arena. So, I wanted you guys to see it. I spent some good time working on it. This video right here will not be my traditional gameplay commentary. I have included gameplay. The gameplay that is included was my first Pro-Am game, so my player's still rated pretty low. Let me go ahead and issue a couple of apologies before I get into it. Apology one is because it worked out with a team that we was playing against was wearing red uniforms just like us, so at times it's probably going to be confusing to watch. Trust me, I had to play in this damn game. It was pretty confusing for me as well. And my second apology is because this thing might be a little long-winded, although I'm going to try my best to make it not be too long. I just want to share my thoughts on this mode so far. And keep in mind, we still kind of playing a bugged version of it. So this might not be my final verdict. Anybody who is not accustomed to me keeping it real, you might want to go ahead and get you some tissues now, because that's what I do. That's what I've been known for, and I don't really care if I piss anybody off. I'm just going to be honest. Okay, so a lot of folks been hitting me up like, Spade, how are you feeling about this mode? Like, talk to us. A crew ambassador is a name that's kind of been given to me because I'm very passionate about online multiplayer sport titles, especially basketball. That's what I built my channel on. Like, crew mode was something that I played a lot of games. And crew fans have been waiting for the return of that mode forever, it seems like. We had just about come to grips with the fact that we would never get that mode back when we started to get Pro-Am news. And people were very optimistic, including myself. I tried to control my optimism with cautiousness. A lot of people were saying, Spade, why don't you seem like you're super happy? And I was like, I just want to be cautious. I don't want to get my hopes up high and be let down. I don't. So the mode comes out. Before it drops, it's mad questions. Everybody's asking all kind of questions. We kind of getting ignored. We getting played to the left. And I started to get a little bit more concerned. I try not to be one of those people that believe in conspiracy theories, but I even had people hit me up like, whoa, I don't know how I feel about Pro-Am. Like, seemed like they would have invited you out so you could come back. So I'm like, I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I get the mode. I come out and play it. Here's my thoughts. There's some things about this mode I like. Some things about this mode I'm not a huge fan of. Ultimately, I am enjoying it. My short answer would be I'm enjoying it. Some of the things I'm not a huge fan of is not mode related. This is a new game, and even though it looks quite a bit like NBA 2K15, it plays not necessarily like it. In a lot of ways, it plays completely different. And that's fair. And we should, conform to the new game. Let me jump right into it. My first disappointment with this mode is the custom arenas. The customization options are crazy. Absolutely bananas. I must have spent an hour. The very first time I opened this game up, because I bought my copy off the dashboard. I opened this thing at 12:01 Eastern time. I created my player, and I went in to create my crew. That was like the first thing I did. And I spent probably about an hour messing with my arena, only to later find out that we can't play games in the arena. I've heard some speculation. Somebody said you got to get your crew ranked high enough and earn the right to play in the arena, which is not what we was told at all when we got news on it. The other thing I heard was that it wasn't enough crews. It's gotta be enough crews before. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Here's my issue with that. You can create custom arenas in my team. You want to know what? Them joints fired right up. It's guys in my team playing on their custom arenas right now. Why not us? Why not us? That's my first disappointment right there. Don't get me wrong. The game is going to be fun regardless of whether or not you're playing in an arena, in a rec center, outside, in the backyard somewhere. But I mean, I'm not asking you to give me something that you didn't tell me you wasn't going to get. Like, you told me we will have custom arenas. I like to see custom arenas. That's one. The second thing, you guys are watching me play red uniforms versus red uniforms. You know why? Because you can only create one uniform. Why not home and away? I mean, if I can create my custom arena and every crew has a custom arena, can't play in both our damn arena. Somebody's at home and somebody's away. So why are they not home and away uniforms? Why is it just one color uniforms? Which, you know, it runs you into the risk of this. And somebody's going to say, well, even if you had home and away, it's a chance y'all can have the same color. Not if they do it right. One of them should be light colors and one of them should be dark colors. And you shouldn't be able to make one the other. That's another thing that I really would like to see fixed. And my last biggest complaint is the thing with rosters, yo. Crew people was all in those 2K live streams. I've seen it because people was tagging me in the tweets. How many can be in our rosters? How big can the roster be? This was a big concern for us, for everybody. So take me for instance. I've always had people say, well, Spade, I watch your videos. You guys look pretty good, but we're higher than y'all, or we were higher than y'all on the leaderboard, so I think we're better than y'all. And I will often have to remind people the leaderboard isn't just a representation of who's good. It's heavily weighted in games played. Hey, I wish I was still a teenager. I'm not. I'm grown as hell. I work 5-6 days a week. I got kids. I'm married. I got a lot of stuff going on. I can't play as many games as the average 20-year-old. So he's gonna be higher than me on the leaderboard. So this year I was like, yo, if they do the roster size right, which I'm thinking it's got to be at least 12, 5 starters, 5 reserves, and then 2 like injury reserve guys, at least 12. I want to recruit an army, and I want guys who can be running games 24/7. I want some dudes across seas that can be playing when I'm asleep. I want TMM on the leaderboard. Every time we would ask about roster size, we would get, you know, played to the left. Turns out it's absolutely no roster size whatsoever. There is no roster. Well, what does that mean? That means that when I get in the game, I invite my friends to my court, we go to Pro-Am, and they are my roster for that day. Somebody's gonna say, that sounds pretty dope. The flaw with that is, I have to play in every game for my crew, or it's not a game for my crew. Well, you can pretty much wipe me being on the leaderboard, because I don't have that free time. I don't. I can't run 100 games a week. I wish like hell I could. If it was up to me, I'd sit here and play it from sun up to sundown, but I can't. And that's not that big a deal. I guess my big issue is how it was done. Why not just come out and say, it's no roster size. Your roster is whoever you invite to your party that day you run. I mean, we still wouldn't have been happy about it, but we would have known. Just the way I feel like information was withheld from us, I got a problem with it. Let me ask you guys this. What difficulty is this mode on? I'll wait. What slider setting is it on? We don't know. And I don't get it, yo. Other modes, they get tons of information, man. We've been hearing about my career forever. We've been hearing about Spike Lee and Living the Dream since last year, it seems like. And I might be exaggerating, but you get my point. My team, you know, they had all this stuff going on. I was like, man, my team sounds good. Online association sounds good. I was just on Twitter like, yo, I'm happy for fans of all these modes. They are really getting what they want. You get to something that the crew fans like, we don't know this, we don't know that. We get a little tidbit of information here, tidbit of information there. Am I gonna play this mode? Absolutely. I'm gonna play the hell out of it. I played the hell out of Jordan Rec Center. But I mean, let's be honest right now. Right now, this mode is Jordan Rec Center. They just took the Jordan logo off and put the Pro-Am logo there. As far as us having uniforms, although it's cool to have custom uniforms, that's cool as hell. Let me make sure I make that clear. Right now, that's the only difference. That's the only difference between Jordan Rec Center and Pro-Am right now. Now, I'm assuming we get arenas at some point. Arenas, the customization is so deep, man. I went through and put thunderstorm sounds on my 3-point shots. If somebody, you know, in my arena makes a 3, the thunderstorm is gonna crack. That stuff is dope, and I hope the crowd cheers. Right now, they play music when you're in the rec center, and that's cool for some. It's not very cool for YouTubers because I gotta cut the volume all the way down, because if I play it, I'm gonna get a copyright strike for playing somebody else's song. So I don't really want to hear the music, and I know I can go in the menus and cut the music off, which I fully intend to do. I'm just giving you guys the facts, but playing in the arena would make it a lot better. But ultimately, right now, it's Jordan Rec Center. And I was telling my crew, they was like, Spade, you gotta admit, once you get in, it's fun. I said, it's very fun. It's as fun as Jordan Rec Center was last year. It is. As far as us dressing alike, we was doing that last year. My whole crew would go to the 2K store and cop the same outfits and come out here and play Jordan Rec Center looking just like a crew. The only difference was we didn't have custom logos. That was the only difference. And I should probably also add that I'm playing this on the Xbox One. I have the game for the PlayStation 4. I haven't even installed it yet. I mean, to be honest, I haven't even taken the plastic off the wrapper. I intend to, but right now it's so early in the cycle. Instead of having two half-ass players, I'd rather have one player that I'm focused on that I can make, you know, a good player. But for what it's worth, I got friends on the PlayStation 4 that's telling me they going through it over there. Xbox One since Saturday, which I believe was the 26th, it's been working pretty good as far as us getting in the games. For a long time, 5s wasn't working. We couldn't get 5s in, but we've been getting in the games well, and it sounds like the PlayStation guys aren't. I don't know that to be a fact. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section, but I mean, the PlayStation guys, they really not even getting in the games. One of the issues we're running into over here on the Xbox, if you get in the game and you win, you can like stay, you kind of stay on the court. Sometimes you walk back into the locker room, sometimes you don't, but it's best to not to do that. You want to exit after you get the win, or it'll jumble up your positions. My crew has 2 losses, and both of those losses came because it jumbled our positions. It had our shortest guy playing the 5, which created a mismatch. We ended up losing that game by 3, and you know, so those things right there are going to be ironed out. That's a bug, I believe. That'll be fixed. I really want to know what you guys are thinking about the mode. I got to shut up. The video's about to end right now, but I'm going to be checking the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If I left something out that's an issue, remind me, because I don't write anything down. This is all off the head. I'm sure I probably forgot something, but all in all, I do like it. I'm going to play it a lot. I am a tad bit disappointed. It's not where I wanted it to be. So I want to know what you guys think. That's all I got for today's video, folks. I'm out till next time, y'all. Peace.